Boulevard, Lincoln College.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
All aboard! The Trump train has left the station. Next stop, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This train is for sane Americans that want to save America, because we are headed in the wrong direction, and we need a stark contrast to what's happening now. We need an American first president in the White House that is going to stand up to world leaders, that we're going to lead again with economic strength, with crushing crime. We're going to shut down the borders, and we're going to do all the things that makes America great again. And I got to tell you, Make America Great Again is a slogan that started under the Reagan administration in the 1980s. It didn't just come out of nowhere because Trump started to use it. And since when does Make America Great Again has a negative connotation? All right, it's the lamestream media out there that is painting a caricature of Trump and his supporters as some MAGA extremists, like we're training in the hills or something. That is simply not the case, and I'm going to prove it to you, and we've been proving it to you over time. I want to highlight from as early as I could, from at least 2020 up until now, the lies that President Biden, VP Harris, Alejandro Mayorkas, Merrick Garland, all the deep state guys, right? All the elitists, all the people who are steering this country down a cliff. I want to go clip by clip, exposing their lies and providing a little commentary, and then moving on to the next clip. The first clip is going to be about how President Biden lied about Hunter Biden's laptop and had 51 intelligence agencies or 51 intelligence agents sign a letter saying that the Hunter Biden laptop was fake. But then it turned out to be real in 2024. Watch the clip.
So don't give me the stuff about how you're this innocent baby. Joe, they're calling you a corrupt politician.
Nobody.
President Trump, I want to stay on the issue of race. We're talking about the issue.
Laptop from hell.
President Trump, we're talking about race right now, and I do want to stay on the issue of race. President Trump,
I have to respond to that.
Please,
because look,
very quickly.
There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. They have said that this has all the five former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. Nobody believes it except his and his good friend Rudy Giuliani.
You mean the laptop is now another Russia hoax?
That's exactly what.
Is this where you're going? This is where he's going. The laptop is Russia.
Gentlemen, I want to stay on the issue of race.
You have to be kidding. Here we go again with Russia.
New York Post reporter Emma Jo Morris joins me now. Emma Jo, great to see you. You broke the bombshell report on Hunter Biden's laptop from hell back in October of 2020. And yes, it was originally dismissed by the mainstream media as Russian disinformation, as did the administration, as did the FBI. But now, guess what? It's, key evidence in the Hunter Biden trial. What do you make of all of that?
Yeah, well, what do I make of it? I mean, the government was in possession of this, obviously, way before I was at the New York Post. The FBI had it. It was turned into them by the laptop repair shop owner who originally obtained it from Hunter. Yeah. It was verified. They all knew it was verified. It feels very silly to talk about it, but really, what the American people care about, at least what I care about, is the obvious corruption that was detailed on the laptop. Yes. What's very telling about this case is how much crack he was doing at the time, where he was also managing millions of dollars on behalf of China, on behalf of Russia, on behalf of Ukraine. Those are the things that we're kind of trying to make sense of here.
Joe Biden knew that laptop was real. Hunter Biden knew that laptop was real. Corrupt snakes and Trump's own administration from the CIA to the FBI and all the media, most of it anyway, lied about Hunter Biden's laptop being real. It was real. Otherwise, the FBI would not have authenticated it last month, 2024 in June, to be presented as evidence in the Hunter Biden gun charge case. So we all know that the laptop was real. They all colluded and lied on President Trump, and they lied to the American people, and they cheated us out of knowing the truth ahead of the 2020 election so that we could make an informed decision on who would be the next president after President Trump. I believe that this was election interference, interfering with Trump's ability to articulate the intelligence that he had on his own, and with the people that surrounded him. Election interference that caused Trump to lose the election because the information wasn't put out forthright as truth about the Hunter Biden laptop. Had the American people known the truth at that time, the election would have taken a different turn. Trump would be in the White House right now. We would not have 10 plus illegal immigrants crossing our U.S. southern border. We would not be on the brink of World War III. We would not have high crime. We would not have high inflation. This is the implication of misinformation. But these assholes that sit in D.C. currently are projecting what Trump will do in the next 4 years if he gets elected in 2024. But in actuality, these assholes are actually doing it now. Misinformation, disinformation, straight out lying to the American people is what occurred in 2020 about Hunter's laptop, and it's occurring now. Okay, moving on. The next clip is going to show how Biden proclaimed that he was the uniter in chief, but nothing could be further from the truth. Take a look.
The country is crying out for leadership. Leadership that can unite us. Leadership that brings us together. That's what the presidency is. The duty to care. To care for all of us. Not just those who vote for us, but all of us.
But another important point is that Joe is someone who will bring us together. He'll be a president for all Americans.
I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify. Who doesn't see red states and blue states, only sees the United States. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence.
If we can't protect the children, we can't protect anybody. If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome. This is a man who we better be careful about. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask the Justice Department and I'm going to ask the president to tell us what they're going to do to protect this country against violence if he loses. I want to know about all of those right-wing organizations that he's connected with, who are training up in the hills somewhere and targeting, what communities they're going to attack.
The radical left Democrats are the ones that were burning cars, burning businesses, and burning American flags during the summer of love of 2020. And they were rallying around a criminal, George Floyd, who could have prevented being killed only if he complied with police commands of getting out of the car, putting his hands behind his back, and suffer the consequences of dealing counterfeit money inside a bodega. Okay? The radical left Democrats are the ones that want to abort babies up to full term. They want to abort babies all around the clock. There is nothing reproductive about abortion. When you hear Kamala Harris lie across the world saying that MAGA Republicans want to end reproductive rights, there is nothing reproductive about abortion. Abortion kills, and life is at conception. It is not when you hear the heartbeat. It is not anything else. It's when the sperm meets the egg, there's a flash that occurs around the sperm and the egg that represents life. If you don't believe me, look it up. They like to spread lies against MAGA Republicans. We want smaller government. We want the nuclear family. We want peace throughout the world. We want peace in our households. We want peace in the streets. We salute the police. We salute the fire department. We want them to do their jobs. We want to pay them well. What do the radical Democrats want? They want to defund the police, and I'm so surprised that they haven't spoken too much shit about the fire department, because one day their house may be on fire and need them. But the radical left Democrats like to project on MAGA Republicans what they are currently doing themselves. Again, the public schools are crumbling. The projects, poverty-stricken areas are crumbling. Crime in the streets, high prices, everything like that. They are looking for no borders, no government sovereignty, no state sovereignty. They just want it all open so that we could become one government with the globalists. And I got to tell you what, somebody sitting in Switzerland is not going to tell me what to do with my finances, my resources, my body, my medication when I'm in somewhere in the United States. Just not going to happen. The radical left Democrats want to take your gun away. They want to trample your Second Amendment rights. They've already been caught censoring free speech on social media and other platforms. MAGA Republicans are not a threat to democracy. And as you could see, radical left Democrats always resort to violence when they do not get their way. Look at Antifa. Look at the Roe versus Wade decision, where, you know, you got Maxine Waters saying, hey, when you see one of the Supreme Court justices in the street or at the gas station, you know, get physical with them, yell at them, show hostility towards them. Okay, so again, evidence that the radical left Democrats lie, and all MAGA Republicans want is peace in the streets, peace in the Middle East. We want prosperity for all. We want good education, quality education. We value the nuclear family, and we value religion and spirituality. And you could be whoever you want. You could love whomever you want. Just don't put it in my face. Don't put it in our faces. Go to work, pay your taxes, treat people the way you want to be treated, and we'll be just fine. If you like what you saw, if you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.